Today's episode is an extra special one because I'm joined with someone very special, the one and only undisputed super featherweight champion of the world, Alycia Baumgardner. Hey, come on down. I want it to be like Ellen every time, like the whole line walk through.
Everybody cheers.
Right. So how are you today? I know you have a fight quickly approaching September 27th.
I'm well. I'm blessed. It's another day in camp, another day forward, another day to gain the knowledge, the wisdom, and just be prepared for fight night.
And this is a title offense against Delfine Persoon. Does that give you more pressure going into the ring now that you have all these titles and so much to lose?
Not so much pressure, This is something that I do. This is something that I worked very hard to be at this stage of my life. And again, this is just another opportunity to step outside of who I am as a fighter, as a woman, and really just showcase the full picture.
And what do you know about her? Like, what are you expecting to see from her come fight night?
Yeah, I like Delfine. I think she's a great opponent. I think she's perfect for this fight. She's a veteran fighter. She has the record to showcase. We've seen her in great fights with Katie Taylor twice. We just know that she's coming to fight, and she has nothing to lose either. So, again, this is a perfect matchup for Alycia and Delfine, September 27th.
We can't wait to see this one. What does that even mean for you, like saying that out loud right now, like Undisputed Champion?
Saying Undisputed Champion, again, is just a reminder of what it is to have the confidence within the good and the bad, and not being able to sway when you are having a success moment and when you are having a moment of, let's say, loss. You have to take the good with the bad. And man, if you've seen just when I started and the fight with Terry Harper started that journey, and facing doubt, facing the opponents that were put in front of me, I showed every time that I stood on business and I overcame. And there's a story within that really builds character.
Most definitely. What has been a moment in your life that has completely changed your perspective, like an experience or a fight that you felt that switch in yourself?
Man, I was just saying my whole career, but if I had to give a specific moment, it would be, there's so many. There's so many. I would say just recently, my father passed.
I'm so sorry about her.
In April. So it was, again, another time to be like, okay, what is this teaching me? How am I able to gain from what I was learned as a child, as an adult, and now as just a champion? You know what I'm saying? How can I, take that hurt, that love, those lessons, and to build something.
To make you even stronger now. Because I've heard that in other interviews with you, is your dad that kind of instilled that work ethic in you. So that was probably really hard. But does that give you more motivation now, like to do this for him? And he's like looking over you.
Oh yeah.
To this next fight.
Absolutely. My dad wouldn't want anything less. One thing about my dad, it's one thing to cry about it, but it's another to be about it. And you can cry, but make sure you wipe your eyes and go out there and do what you need to do.
And what would you say has been like your turning point in your career so far?
Man, again, so many opportunity, or so many options where there was turning points. But I would say just recently, just my last fight in Detroit, I've this time I've been off for more than a year. So just coming back, fighting a person like Delfine, the people are saying what they're saying, but again, like, this is the perfect opportunity. Like, when your back is against the wall, you only have an option, well, for me, to keep going forward. And that's exactly what I've done.
Exactly. Well, where do you see, I guess, women's boxing going in a few years?
That's always a great question. Where do I see women's boxing going? I only see it progressing, honestly, just because with time, with social media, with the young girls who are able to come up and be in a different light than maybe I was, or the other women that are in front of me. And I think it only has to be better. Like, I always look at the positive things. Is there going to be some things that kind of still make you question? Yes, but I see it progressing in some way. And again, there's a fighter who's training right now, who's a young girl who can be, that trademark to change. There's someone's always up and coming.
Exactly. I love that. Well, what do you still want out of your boxing career? Like, is there any names or any titles or any places you really want to fight in still?
Yeah, there's so much I want out of my career. You know, I've accomplished the biggest thing you can in boxing. That's becoming undisputed. But for me, it's the challenge. I love a challenge. I love to compete. And, you know, there's many girls out there that have, you know, the competition that I want. So, you know, like a Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, I think these are big super fights that people want to see. And again, people want to see me in these big fights because they want to, again, see the progression of who Alycia is and really just showcase that. So, listen, I don't duck, no smoke.
No, I know that.
And honestly, it's just whatever comes. And I'm all for making the big fights and making sure that I continue to get into the Hall of Fame, like I mentioned.
Yes, exactly. I can't wait for that. And any last words of what fight fans can expect to see from you on September 27th? Fight back.
Look, listen, fight fans can witness again who the bomb is. I know you guys saw me become world champion with Terry Harper, but this fight in particular is kind of like the baton is being handed off to this other version of who Alycia Baumgardner is, and I definitely caught it. So
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
so make sure you just tune in because it's going to be a great fight. There's so many things we're working on in this camp. And just the space mentally that I'm in is completely different than any other camp. And I think that's the most important part to really capture.
And you can feel it. Well, I can't wait, you guys. Thank you so much for watching.